Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jack here. Now before I get into this video, it's going to be a very, very important one. It's going to be more on the mental side of things. And I know that you guys like seeing all the actual tutorials on Amazon, dropshipping, e-commerce, all that kind of stuff. But this is something that's very, very important. It's something that I've realized, especially the last 6 months, I've realized that it's very, very important when it comes to this and the mental side of things. And I'm going to start off before I delve into it and talking about something that I've just started. It's actually started today. I've started a 12-week challenge, and this is just for me. It's just a fitness personal thing. Started a 12-week challenge where I just start tracking my calories, and I am following a specific workout, specific guideline. And if you guys didn't know, I'm actually a qualified personal trainer myself. I got my certificates, but I didn't really do much with it. I worked at a gym for around about 3 to 6 months. Which it wasn't too bad for the time being, but I didn't choose to go forward with it. But I did learn a lot, and if you guys didn't know, I've been doing gym for about 7-8 years now. Like, I've been going, when I say doing gym, I mean I've had a membership there and I've been going, week by week, and I haven't really had too much time off. I think the most I had off was when I had a back injury, which was probably around 2 to 3 weeks. Apart from that, I've been pretty persistent with it. So I'm doing this 12-week challenge. I got someone named Zach Pern, a fellow Aussie, which he actually signed up to his 12-week program. Go and Google him or YouTube him. He's actually holding this 12-week challenge that you can sign up to. I think it's around $200. And he does your whole meal plan. I'm following the meal plan specifically, but I am following the calories that he's given me, and I am following the workout specifically. So I think it's going to help out a lot. We'll see how we go with it. I'm pretty excited for it. It's not like eating just a tuna and rice for every meal. It's nothing like that. It's very, very lenient. I'm just making sure to track the food that I take and to track the calories, which should be good. The workouts are nice and long and very, very rough, and I'm glad to be doing it. So we'll see what happens in the next 12 weeks. But the reason I'm talking about why I'm doing this challenge is because I'm actually leading into the whole mental side of this video and what I'm going to be talking about with mentality. And why I've titled this video top 2 things that you need. Title's going to be something like that. I haven't chosen it right now. I'll choose it when I edit the video. But it's going to be basically around the 2 top things that are going to help when it comes to achieving what you want in your life. Now, I'm not going to start talking about this, this positivity, this fluffy, bullshit, basically, if I'm being completely honest. It's not about that. It's not just thinking always that the glass is half full and just thinking that everything's going to be good and all that stuff. I'm thinking about the practical side of things. I'm thinking about how you can achieve what you want. Now, I'm going to talk about a few things that I've been able to do in my life that have followed these 2 principles the whole entire time. And I'm going to follow it down to when I was a young kid all the way up to what I'm doing now. So when I very, very first started, let's just say, we'll start this when I was a kid. When I was younger, I ended up playing tennis for about 10 years. Now, the only thing I regret with that is that I didn't try harder, because when I was a young kid, when I was a young to sort of mid-age teenager, I was quite good at tennis, and I ended up playing it for 10 years, like I said, and because I'm left-handed, it gave me some advantages, disadvantages, all that kind of stuff. I really, really enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it enough when I was a kid. I enjoyed it enough to actually follow through with it, to practice in my own time. I ended up doing a lot of lessons and doing tournaments and stuff, and I picked it up quite naturally, and I had good hand-eye coordination, all that kind of stuff. I picked up a lot of stuff with tennis a lot more naturally than other kids did. But when I started, and this is coming to the end of sort of when I was, up 8, 9, 10 years, when I started actually focusing on certain things, I noticed that over weeks, over months, I would start slowly improving. If it was my serve, I'd start slowly improving on that. But it took a lot of time and it took a lot of discipline. And this is following, okay, let's just fast forward in time. I really, really, like, when I was, say, around 15, 16, I was a little bit overweight. And I just decided to myself, okay, I want to get fit, I want to lose weight. So what did I do? I had nothing, I had no idea about what I needed to do. I was in the mindset of, okay, I need to run all the time, I need to only eat these specific foods. But I started learning over the next couple of years, even over that next 6 months to a year. When I started learning, I just started working hard at it, and I was patient with it. And over time, I eventually started gaining a little bit of muscle, started losing some weight, started looking a bit better. I started learning more about it, becoming more educated on it. And over time, people started noticing that difference. And I didn't do it for the recognition of other people. I did it because I was unhappy with the way I looked. But I pushed forward and I just took my time with it. And you'll notice a theme in this with each of these stories that I'm telling you. I worked hard and I was patient with it, but I focused on one thing at a time. And then eventually I ended up learning more about it. That's when I started getting into more about the fitness side of things, more about lifting weights, more about the gym. Ended up getting my PT, my personal trainer certificates. So that came along with it as well. The whole learning process side of things. I was disciplined and I was patient with it. So, okay, I did it so far. I've done it with tennis. Now, like I said, probably could have done a little bit better with tennis, but as I grew older, these methods, these disciplines, the discipline side of me sort of matured more, and I was able to do a lot more with it. Now, not only with that, not only with the tennis, not only with getting my PT stuff, it also came with earlier when I was younger, around early 20s, maybe 19, 20, 21, with getting a job. I really wanted to work at a retail job at JB Hi-Fi, and I didn't really have necessarily the knowledge, the qualifications, or whatever it may be to work there, but I was persistent with it. I wanted to get out because I was working at Big W at the time. I wanted to get out of that job so badly. That place was so depressing for me. I just stuck to it. I called them, went in, talked to the manager, annoyed the hell out of them until they just eventually said, and I did have a friend there that actually was able to put in a good word for me, but that was only part of the equation. They didn't necessarily take those good words too strongly, but took to that a lot more than the words that my friend put in for me. They just basically got to the point where they said, okay, fine, we'll give you an interview. And I can guarantee you, out of the other interviewees that were there, I put in the most effort, and that's the reason that I ended up getting that job. And I ended up working there for a few years, 3-4 years or so. And you can see, like I said, a current theme with this. Now, we're going to come into the ladies of more recent times. So when I talk about my own Amazon FBA business, when I talk about selling only in Australia for my dropshipping business, when I talk about creating e-com excellence and really pushing out and changing my current situation. Now I'm even going to talk about playing professionally for a Rocket League team in Australia. Now I'm getting to the point where I'm getting paid to play it. I'm in an organization where I'm getting paid to play it. I do that, mixed with my business, mixed with my own e-commerce businesses, as well as e-com excellence, helping other people, help my students get there. I started it from nothing, and the reason that I'm talking about this is because it all started with one thing. Okay, I have an idea in my mind that I want to change something. I have an idea of where I want to go. Now, I'm not sure the exact steps on how to get there, but you take the first step. Now, it might not work out the exact same way that you think it might. You're gonna hit a lot of road bumps. When I talk about doing e-com excellence, creating e-com excellence, when I founded e-com excellence, basically, when I did that, and then even you can compare that to playing Rocket League professionally. There's a lot of people that are gonna tell you that you're no good. There's a lot of people that are gonna tell you that you aren't, you really don't know what you're doing. You really need to stick with one thing and, don't get ahead of yourself, all that kind of thing. But I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I worked hard and I had patience with it. They're gonna be the two things. If you didn't notice already, they're the two things that are always gonna be concurrent with all of these stories that I'm telling you. One, you need to work hard. And when I just say work hard, I don't just mean work for 8 to 12 hours a day mindlessly just looking at things to do. No, you need to have a set out plan. You need to follow your goals. You need to follow the steps that you think need to be taken, and you just take one step at a time and it'll figure itself out. It's like basically you start somewhere, you know the end goal, but you don't know the steps on how to get there. It's like you've got start, the end. How are you going to get there? It's not going to be a straight line. It's going to be up, down, backwards, just loop-de-loops, all that kind of stuff. But you're not going to know unless you take that first step. So that's been the first thing, has always been to work hard and have calculated steps, as calculated as you can. Take some risks, but work hard. The second one is to have patience. Now, when it comes to, I'm going to use Rocket League for this example because I don't want to talk about just business here, but when it came to Rocket League, now, the point where our team currently stands, I think we're probably about 7th in Australia, which isn't too bad. I started off just playing the game for fun, playing ranked games, whatnot, online, and then about a year ago, once I really started getting more into the competitive side of things, I had a long way to go, and I still do have a long way to go, but I take that time, out of my day, work on certain things, and I have patience. I wasn't expecting in a month's time to be the top team in Australia, and you can't think that now. And it's the same thing with Ecom Excellence, it's the same thing with selling on Amazon. A lot of people, when they start an online business, especially when it's something they want that's going to change their lives, they don't have patience with it. It's like, I'm working so hard, and I've done this, I've done that, and I've done everything I can, and you say, oh, how long have you been doing it for? Oh, I've been doing it for 2 months. You need to have patience with it. You need to work hard, but you also need to have patience with it. So that's where I'm going to sort of end this video. And I know it was sort of all over the place. This video is all over the place, but this is something that's going to help a lot of you out. And a lot of you guys would prefer to see the more practical videos, but this is stuff that's going to help with those practical videos. And if you've stayed to the end of this video, I want to congratulate you, because this is stuff that's very important. This mindset that I've adapted for myself. It's what's been the foundation of everything that I've done so far in life, everything that I've been successful at. You need to prove to yourself that you can do it in the sense of working hard and having patience. If you stick at it, if you actually put your mind to it, there's so much that you can do, and it's amazing what can be possible. And let's just say, for instance, I'm going to use the Rocket League thing again. Basically, majority of these really good players are anywhere from about 15 to 18, 19. Keep in mind, I'm 25, going on 26. Now, in their terms, I'm like a grandpa, because a lot of people say, when you get to that age, your reflexes aren't as good as what they are. You've got basically like a boomer mentality kind of thing. It's what they like to say in Rocket League, and that's fine with me. I'm like, okay, I'm still going to try as hard as I can, and I've gotten to this point where I'm training as much as I can on that game and pushing it as far as I can, because I would love to just play competitively while I'm at this age. I can't help that I was born in 1995. I can't help that. I'm going to push as much as I can, and now I'm at the point where 7th in Australia isn't too bad, and I'm beating these kids that are 13, 15 years old, which are meant to be, better than me in a sense. I don't care about age. It's like my reflexes are still there. It might take me a little bit longer, maybe twice as long to train certain things than what 15-year-olds do, but I don't care about age. It's got nothing to do. It's all in your mind. And this is the same situation where you want to start an online business. Oh, I'm not tech savvy. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. All these young people, they know how to use computers. I don't. You can always learn new stuff. You just have to open your mind up to it, work hard, and be patient. That's where I'm going to leave this video, guys. I promise in the next few videos we're going to have more practical stuff, but this is something that was on my mind today. I really wanted to get it off my chest and really want to just put it out there to you guys in some content, because I think it's going to help a lot of you guys. So I'm going to leave it there, but I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.